Good day everyone. I'm in Edinburgh today and I'm going to talk about zero level, which Scotland has moved beyond, of coronavirus restrictions as from August the 9th, a few days back. So we're in the zero level. Most COVID-19 restrictions will be dropped, but unlike in England, people will still have to wear face masks in the majority of indoor spaces. Speaking during a virtual meeting of the Scottish Parliament, which is currently in recess, Sturgeon explained that a number of mitigation measures will remain in place beyond August 9. The move beyond level zero will entail the lifting of most of the remaining legally imposed restrictions, most notably on physical distances and limits to the size of social gatherings. It also means that from 9th August, no venues will be legally required to close. However, while this move will restore a substantial degree of normality, it is important to be clear that it does not signal the end of the pandemic or a return to life exactly as we knew it before COVID struck. What happens now from August the 9th, the commencement of level zero? 1. Face coverings must be worn in all the same indoor settings as is the case now. The First Minister expects this to continue for some time to come. 2. Test and protect will continue to contact trace positive cases. 3. There will be an ongoing requirement for indoor hospitality and similar venues to collect the contact details of customers. 4. Local restrictions may be brought in for localised outbreaks if necessary. 5. The Scottish Government will continue to use travel restrictions to limit the importation and spread of variants. 6. The Scottish Government will continue to advise people to work from home. 7. Organisers of outdoor events of more than 5,000 people and indoor events of more than 2,000 people will have to apply for permission. 8. Social distancing will still be recommended but not required by law. 9. The Scottish Government is creating an app to make access to COVID status certificates easier for international travel. It will have functionality to support the use of such certificates for domestic setting if that is appropriate. Self-isolation. From August 9, double vaccinated adults will not have to self-isolate for 10 days if they have been identified as a close contact of someone who has tested positive. Instead, if someone is double vaccinated, with at least 2 weeks having passed since the second dose, and if they have no symptoms, they should get a PCR test as soon as possible. Test is negative, self-isolation can then be ended. Meanwhile, if someone aged 5 to 17 is a close contact, they will need to take a PCR test and can end their self-isolation if they test negative. This means that the blanket isolation of whole classes will no longer be routine. Instead, a more targeted approach will identify close contacts at highest risk of infection. For the first 6 weeks of the new academic year, many of the mitigations currently in place in schools will continue. Staff will still need to remain at least 1 metre away from each other and pupils, and face coverings will be required for over 12s. That includes asking young people and staff in secondary schools to wear face coverings during lessons and while inside school buildings. The First Minister said, "I am actually aware that many young people find this difficult, and it will be kept under review. But for now, we consider this an important protection for them and for others in the schools." The COVID picture in Scotland. Case rates have fallen by 2/3 since the start of July. Sturgeon explained as she set out an optimistic image of Scotland's COVID-19 situation. The number of people in hospitals and in intensive care has also been declining, she said. All of this is good news and demonstrates the value of taking a careful and steady approach to easing restrictions. She told viewers, "The key vaccination milestones for easing restrictions further have also been met." She added, "With 90% of all over 18s having had 1 dose and 72% of all over 18s having 2 doses. There is more to do, especially among those aged between 18 and 30. However, and vaccination invitations are going out 12 to 17-year-olds with specific health needs. Holyrood is awaiting further information on the vaccination of younger age groups in the coming days." So that's a little bit of an update to Scotland in level 0. And that was from August the 9th. It began on August 9th, level 0. And as you can see, with the level 0 in place, there appears to be a lot more movement now. People having the confidence to come back out and socialise. Let's take you through here to Princess Street now, give you a look at Princess Street. And that's us on Princess Street now, folks. So that was an insight, folks, into level 0. Edinburgh and Scotland now in level 0. Still to be wary though of the restrictions, and let's hope that this is the road forward to a full recovery. So I wish you all well. TCSS, take care, stay safe. Signing off, and hope to see you all on the next Munro's journey. Bye for now.